Let's continue with some more votes. Good evening, Slovakia and Mirojaros.
Hello from Slovakia, the country who should not have picked the flop Celeste Buckingham, but called my song was much better. Here are the sexy points from my sexy pose and face. Here are the first set of points from Slovakia. Our 8 points go to Malta.
We'd wang for lay Malta.
Our 10 points go to the sexy but not as sexy Ukraine.
Deep home for Ukraine.
12 points go to Slovakia. Oh wait, la Celeste Buckingham stopped us. They actually go to Sweden.
Deuce home for Russia.
I shut my eyes and escape the world outside. Cameras give flashing stars this sky in a world that comes to life.
Now, good evening, Tunisia and Herzegovina.
Dobro večer, Bosnia. Good evening, Europe. Tunis calling. Thanks for the fantastic show tonight. Everything was brilliant. Either ways. Here are the Tunisian votes. Alrighty then. 8 points goes to Malta.
We'd wang for lay Malta.
10 points goes to the beautiful Luna, to Liechtenstein.
Deep wang for lay Liechtenstein.
Finally, the Tunisian 12 goals, even though it's Veche, to Dobro a Udro, to Ukraine.
Deuce home
Have a
for
wonderful evening, and goodbye.
Доброе утро, мои родные люди. Доброе утро всем тем,
Let's move on to Kazakhstan. Good evening, Dilnaz Akhmadyeva.
Debrovecha Sarajevo. This is Kazakhstan calling. Firstly, it has been such an amazing show, and all of Kazakhstan thanks you for it. And now, Kazakhstan hands the 8 points to Denmark.
We'd wang for lay Denmark.
Our 10 points, with lots of love, go to Sweden.
Deep wang for Russia.
And finally, Kazakhstan gives 12 points to. Our 12 points are for Norway.
Deuce wang for Lano Beach.
we're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. Letting it all out. I love this show.
The next country to vote is Andorra. Good evening, Beatrice Viller.
Hello Europe. Bonanits Sarajevo. Here are the first 7 points of the Andorran jury. 8 points go to Bosnia. Congratulations.
We'd wang for lay Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Down points go to, sorry 10 points Greece.
Deep wang for La Grèce.
And finally 12 points go to Italy.
Deuce wang for Italy.
Ma portami dove non sono stata mai. Non so la strada per andar via da noi. E tutto.
Now let's go to the host country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Good evening, Annabelle Ratias.
Debrovecha Sarajevo. This is Bosnia calling. Here are our first points. So, Bosnia gives 8 points to Sweden.
We'd home for Russia.
We give our 10 points to Liechtenstein.
Deep wang for lay Liechtenstein.
And finally, the Bosnian 12 points go to Italy.
Deuce wang for Italy.
Ma portami dove non sono stata mai. Non so la strada per andar via da noi. E tutto.
Let's move on to Denmark. Good evening, Natasha Thomas.
Good evening Europe. This is Copenhagen calling. Thank you for an absolutely amazing show tonight. Congratulations to all the contributors, and of course to the participants for their great performances. Now, let's move to the Danish votes. You can see the first 7 points from us on the screen. And now the top 3 of Denmark. 8 points go to Norway.
Weed Wangpor La Norvège.
10 points go to Sweden.
Deep Wangpor La Suède.
And finally 12 points from Denmark go to the amazing song from Russia.
Deuce Wangpor La
Congratulations!
Моей мечты
Now we continue with San Marino and Valentina Moneta. Good evening.
Good evening, Sarajevo. This is San Marino calling. What an amazing show. You can see the first 7 votes of the San Marinese jury on your screen now. Let's move on to our top 3. Our 8 points go to Liechtenstein.
Weed Poem Poorly Liechtenstein.
We gave 10 points for the hosts, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Deep Wangpor La Bosnia-Herzegovina.
And finally 12 points from San Marino go to the amazing Joni from Hungary.
Deuce
Nothing is
Wangpor
going
La
to stop you anymore.
standing on the edge of the waterfall. I can see it clearly from above. But I've been holding back for way too long. But nothing's gonna stop me.
Let's go on with Ukraine. Good evening, Niangeli.
Zdravro Sarajevo, and good evening Europe. It's Kiev calling. What an awesome show you have. It truly is. And we're here to add more awesome to the show. Now, let's move on to the Ukrainian top 3. Our 8 points go to Portugal.
Weed Wangpor La Portugal.
Our 10 points go to Greece.
Deep Wangpor La Grèce.
And finally, our 12 points. It's all yours, Andorra.
Deuce Wangpor La
Congratulations. Thank you.
Now let's say good evening to Romania and Paula Sailing.
Good evening, Europe. Good evening, Sarajevo. This is Bucharest, Romania calling. Thank you for this amazing show even if Romania didn't make it for the first time. Now let's go to the points. You can see our first points on your screen. Now let's see the top and most important points. Romania's 8 points go to Hungary.
Weed Wangpor Hungary.
Our 10 points are for Norway.
Deep Wangpor La Norvège.
And finally, Romania awards the top 12 points to Denmark.
Deuce Wangpor La
Congratulations, Denmark, and thank you.
Nothing can stop me now that I'm flying. I'ma bang that drum.
Let's say good evening to Spain and Sergio Ramos.
Good evening, Sarajevo. Madrid calling. We love the show and we would like to thank David so much for again a final placing for Spain. And well, our 8 points will be given tonight too. You might fight, but I fight smarter. France.
Weed Wangpor La France.
The Spanish 10 points will be going to the one and only one, Fania from Italy.
Deep Wangpor
But
La
on the top of all 24 participating countries we could have voted this night, there could be only one receiving the Spanish 12 points. This is Dom Dom Dom. Ukraine.
Deuce
Good luck to all participating countries tonight. Spain loves you. Viva la España.
Доброе утро, мои родные люди. Доброе утро всем тем,
We've still got a lot of votes to pick up. Now we say good evening to Latvia and Samantatina.
Hello Sarajevo. Riga calling, Samantha Tina here. I'm sure you all know me. Today, 25 contestants have reached something I have never reached yet. However, on your screen you can see the first points from Latvia. Moving on, our 8 points go to Russia.
Weed Wangpor La Russie.
Our 10 points are for Malta.
D poem pour les malt.
And finally, Latvia's 12 points go to Norway.
Deuce blank
Thank
pour
you.
Ronald
Now let's go on with Norway. Good evening, Syracuse.
Dobrovecha Sarajevo. Oslo calling. What an amazing show tonight. Thank you. Here are the first results of the Norwegian voting. Our 8 points go to Ireland.
Weed blank pour l'Irlande.
Our 10 points go to France.
D blank pour la France.
And finally, I never wanted nothing more. As I walk up to your door, you are the reason I feel alive. 12 points for Latvia.
Deuce blank pour la Lettonie.
I never wanted nothing more. As I walk up to your door, you are the reason I feel alive. When I'm standing
Okay, now we move on to Hungary and Ivanovo Domsk and Gabor Gundel Tukacs. Good evening.
Good evening, Sarajevo. Budapest calling. While you are watching the 7 first points from Hungary, we would like to congratulate you for this amazing show. Everything was incredible. This is the best final ever, mainly because Slovakia did not qualify.
And now here is the Hungarian top 3. 8 points go to Spain.
Weed blank pour l'Espagne.
10 points go to Tunisia.
D blank pour la Tunisie.
And 12 points go to Malta.
Deuce blank pour la
Goodbye.
Malt.
Is it the way it's meant to be? We're standing behind it all, just you and me.
2 more countries before another break. Good evening, Belgium and Andrei Lugovsky.
Dobrovechi, Sarajevo, good evening, Europe. This is Belgium calling. Although we have not qualified for the final, we are still happy that we could have been part of this event. Now here are the Belgian votes. Malta, 8 points.
Weed blank pour les malt.
Italy, 10 points.
D blank pour l'Italie.
And finally, United Kingdom, 12 points.
Deuce blank pour
Congrats and thank you.
Are we lovers or liars? Are we burning up to keep this fire alive? God bless.
And now we go to the United Kingdom. Good evening, Leona Lewis.
Good evening, Europe. Dobrovecha Sarajevo. This is London calling. Thank you so much for an amazing show. Congratulations to the NBU Council and Bosnia-Herzegovina team. Our first 7 points are on screen now. So, who did the UK like the most? Let's see. Our 8 points go to Liechtenstein.
Weed poem pour les Liechtenstein.
10 points go to Hungary.
D blank pour l'Hongrie.
And the UK gives 12 points tonight to Norway.
Deuce blank
Congratulations,
pour Ronald.
everyone. Good luck and goodbye.
Let's have another look at the current top 5 after 30 countries have voted.
Is it the way it's meant to be? We're standing behind it all, just you and me. I know we're wild and free, waiting for the rain to come down on me. Is it the way Poznań.